And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and movie review for the brand new James Gunn's film, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, this is the second Phase 5 film in the MCU. This movie stars Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Karen Gillan, Dave Bautista, Sean Gunn, and everybody else that we all know and love. Bradley Cooper, Vin Diesel. So, anyway, don't worry, no spoilers. So, I finally saw Guardians of the Galaxy, and this movie tells the story of basically Rocket Raccoon's origin story. You know, we get some moments about Rocket Raccoon, about who he was as a character, and how he became who he was. We also get to see some moments with the High Evolutionary, who's kind of after Rocket Raccoon, and the team literally needs to stop High Evolutionary from getting his hands on Rocket Raccoon. Alright, so now that you know what the least of the legitimate of this movie is, I'm going to talk about the fact that what I liked about this film and what I didn't like about the film. The stuff that I liked about the film is the fact that this movie is awesome. It's great. A lot of great moments in here. Like, obviously all the characters are amazing. You know, seeing the backstory of Rocket Raccoon and seeing what he had to go through, it really, kind of pulls on the heartstrings a little bit to tell, see him go from this little creature, this little innocent creature, to being this badass, I can build anything kind of tech Guardians of the Galaxy hero. And just seeing that, I thought that was just great. Obviously Star-Lord is Star-Lord. The whole team in here did a phenomenal job of just showing who these characters were. Yeah, we got to know these characters in the first two movies, but I think I liked about it was the fact that James Gunn elevated their characters even more. Like, for instance, Nebula and Mantis were like the standouts to me because, Nebula was basically that character. She was Thanos' daughter. She was always rebuilt. She was basically a Lego set in a way. She was always getting put together, taken apart, making new versions of her. And she didn't really have a purpose until she started, helping save the universe, from Thanos, surviving the snap, losing her friends, kind of bonding with, Tony Stark on that ship when they were the last two members left. And then getting the Guardians back, teaming up with Thor and doing all these, saving those, the galaxy kind of things. And you really get to see Nebula in here really grow into kind of like a leader kind of a character. And everybody respects her. Everybody loves Nebula. She's part of the team. She's family. We also get to see, Star-Lord kind of grow up a little bit more. He's learned from his past mistakes in here. We get to see him do that. We get to see Drax finally become the Destroyer, and in a sense, when he fights Adam Warlock, who's a new character. And I thought Adam Warlock was great. I do wish we would have got a little bit more from him. That would be my only negative about this film. I kind of wish we got a little bit more with him. Yeah, they kind of downgraded him a little bit, from what his character is in the comics. But that was alright. It was a typical way that, James Gunn would have done. So it made sense. But I still like this character a lot. I thought he did a really good job. The actor who played him did a good job with that character. So Mantis was great. If you saw the holiday special, you see, the kind of the relationship between her and Star-Lord, and of course everybody else. So if you haven't watched the holiday special, watch that so you can at least understand a little bit more about who Mantis is as a character. So she kind of grew for being just that assistant to Ego. Groot is Groot, obviously. Seeing Rocket Raccoon go through what he had to go through in here, and then seeing his backstory, like I said before, I thought it was just wonderful. I thought they did a really good job of just capturing who he is, making us feel more in love with that character. And yeah. We'll also get to see Gamora. Obviously, Zoe Saldana plays a different version of her. She's playing like the first time we ever see Gamora before she met the Guardians. So she's kind of bitter. She's kind of angry. She doesn't really care about having friends. So all that, it worked. I like that stuff too, but there were some moments I kind of thought, like, did we actually need Gamora in this on like I really thought I saw this movie twice now, and now that I've seen it twice, I kind of think that we really didn't need to see Gamora in here. Yeah, granted, she's that piece of the puzzle of the Guardians, but she's that extra piece that came in the box by mistake that you really didn't need her. You could have used her if you needed to, but you don't need it, kind of a thing. But yeah, she still did a great job. I just I kind of feel like her character was a little bit misplaced, and I get it. This is why the whole multiverse thing is kind of like a hard, like you could bring certain people back, but are they gonna feel themselves is gonna feel like kind of out replaced? If they're playing new characters of themselves, and they don't bond with the characters very well. I get that, but still, it just kind of stuck out to me as like, the team didn't really need her. They have everybody else. Nebula's a good guy now. He really didn't need it. And let's talk about the High Evolutionary, because I thought the actor who played the High Evolutionary did a really good job with the character. Now I'm hearing people, online saying that he's better than Kang. I can agree to that in certain points. On one hand, he was a much better villain for them to fight up against than Kang was in the first time we got to see him, or in this case, second time since we got him in Loki. There are multiple versions of Kang, so we're going to see different versions of him throughout the movies when we get him. So it's very, very different. Kang the Conqueror is just evil. We just haven't seen it yet. We're going to see him be psycho and crazy eventually. What the High Evolutionary did, besides yell a lot, he was just downright cruel. Yeah, to him, he's serving a purpose. All bad guys do that. But, his whole stick was like, I want to make perfect things. And his perfect things did not include Rocket. So, he wanted to make sure his imperfect thing didn't get into his way of making perfect things. I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, that is basically the little gist of it. And it was just, I thought he did a really cool job with the character. So there's that. And then of course you have Shogun in here as well. Cosmo was in the movie as well. Great job with their characters. 2 post-credit scenes. They were fine. Nothing big major. But, I'm going to thank James Gunn for giving us the Guardians of the Galaxy. Because I feel like without him and without Kevin Feige bringing him in to make these movies, the Guardians of the Galaxy would have never been big as popular as they are. Obviously the comic book geeks that read the comic books knew who they were. But the rest of us normal people who don't read comic books, not including me, but just saying, the people who just watch the movies because they like the MCU movies, they never knew about the Guardians until they saw these movies. So thank you to James Gunn. Now I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do with the DC universe. So it is kind of funny to see that. But anyway, fun film. I enjoyed it. I think I like it a little bit more than I like the second film. I like the second film, but I have my moments I don't like it. But still, overall, great film. Is it the end? Yes and no, depending on how you want to look at it. Depending when you watch this film, there's some moments in here that won't come back, and there's some moments in here that will come back. Won't come back. I'll spoil it right now if you don't want to know. It's not much of a spoiler. It's just that James Gunn won't come back. I can see them making another one down the road, not now. But with James Gunn, he ain't coming back. So don't think that he'll come back. Maybe he'll talk to somebody, hire somebody to do a producer thing or something. But other than that, no, he's going to be too busy running the DC universe now, so he won't be coming back, unfortunately. The Guardians team? Possible. It depends on how you look at it. But overall, I had fun with the film. I'm excited I got to see it. Marvel once again proved that they can still make good movies. And now I'm just looking forward to see what's next. So, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it. And who's your favorite Guardians of the Galaxy member? Me personally, Star-Lord and Rocket. But although in this movie kind of made me like Nebula a little bit more, so I thought Karen Gillan did a good job with that character. So kudos to her. So great job with everybody in the film. They did a great job, and I'm just excited to see what Marvel's gonna do next. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. Stay tuned for more, and thank you very much, and have a good night.